What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
JamesShoe.com,
and we're here for James Franco, Jonah Hill, and a true story called
True Story.
True Story.
Yeah, if we flash back a couple years, it was quite a popular event back in 2002, January of 2002 actually, recently, just right after December, a man named Christian Longo, no, I'm just kidding, it's not Longo, it's just Longo, was put on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list, only to be captured a couple days, I believe a week or so after, and unannounced to a specific ex-New York's writer, Michael Finkel. I'm just tumbling over my words now.
It's okay.
He, this man who was accused for murder, was using him as an alias. The two end up meeting and history ensues. Quite interesting. Jonah Hill and James Franco going back into more of a dramatic role. We obviously know both of these actors are at an Academy level of performance. However, do they always do their Academy level of performances? No. I would say Jonah Hill has done a better job at balancing his. I don't think I've seen a solid performance from James Franco since 127 Hours, which has already been 3, even maybe 4 years ago. It feels like a while. So, but I'm glad to see him trying to do something serious again. I'm interested in this movie. What are your thoughts going into this?
You know, I actually didn't hear about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now that
not many people did. It wasn't that like major news.
Well, yeah, I have a bunch of friends in Oregon, so I'm gonna ask them now.
Oh, okay.
Like, how big of a deal was this in Oregon? But I never heard about it. But the trailer I think looks great, and then I like Jonah Hill and James Franco, so I'm excited for it.
Well, I mean, this whole event kind of took place over the amount of 2-3 weeks. I think the first bodies were discovered at the end of December, like December 26th, December 20th. And then, you know, like I said, he was captured in mid-January, so it didn't take long. I mean, he got himself down to Mexico, but it wasn't long until he was caught. Someone spotted him out of a hotel when he was using the alias of Michael Finkel. So, but like, I'm excited. I love Jonah Hill. I think Jonah Hill is such a great, versatile actor. I think he's been able to deliver in both comedy and serious movies, and I'm excited to see him in this role. And that's what I want to see.
And he was phenomenal in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, Moneyball, he's great in.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, in the Jump Street movies, he's funny.
He's funny.
You know, there's a lot to like about Jonah Hill, and he's been able to really show that balance. So I'm excited to see this.
How long is the tonight's movie?
An hour, 45 minutes.
All right, let's go back, check out the movie.
Let's do it.
See how it is. All right, so we just got out of True Story, James Franco, Jonah Hill, and
Felicity Jones as well.
Felicity Jones. Man, I mean, I liked the movie, but it's weird because it's a true story. Now when I go home, I'm at the Wikipedia a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna read a bunch of like articles because I'm really curious. Like, I don't know, it's just really weird. Yeah. The guy is just weird. The killer, James Franco's character is just weird, and
the accused killer.
Mm-hmm. And well, he is guilty, right? Or that's even in real life, that's still.
I didn't want to spoil it, but yeah, sure. He is guilty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, spoilers, I guess. Yeah, he's guilty, but his lawyer was able to save him. Now he's still alive, though. How does that work? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, as of right now, I'm not sure of the current status of him being on death row or not. But even if so,
but is he alive right in real life?
He is alive right now. He is breathing right now. But mind you, it was only 14 years ago. And honestly, when you're on death row a very long time. I believe I heard that most people die on death row before they even get to the death chamber. So, I mean, to me, that's not too shocking if he is still on death row, but I'm not sure. I mean, that's not in the movie. That part isn't said. So, I did some research, you know, going into my review and things like that. But, you know, even on the sources that I was looking at, there's not much that says about there's kind of current status or the past. It's not very informative. So I guess they just really want you to buy the book True Story, Murder, Memoir, and Mea Culpa.
Did he make a lot of money off the book? Do you know?
I'm not sure how much money he made.
Do you know how many copies were sold?
No, not off the top of my head, I don't. But I mean, it's a book. Oh, I could say this much. It was a book that really was criticized and, you know, really enjoyed at the same time. But if you look at a lot of true crime novels, it wouldn't be on one of the most popular lists.
Okay, but this is okay, and also at the end of the credits, I guess all spoilers, just FYI. At the end of the movie, they said that they still talk in real life.
Yeah, it says that
once every Sunday.
On a Sunday of every month or something like that.
Yeah, or something. That's weird. It's weird.
I don't think it's weird at all.
Really?
No, I mean, I think you have to understand it not from, oh man, I'm this guy and this is that guy. I mean, this is a man who's basically at one point.
Who are we talking about right now? Jonah Hill's character?
Yeah, we're talking about Jonah Hill's character. You know, if you like look at the movie as a whole, Michael Finkel really became, from what we are to understand, a better human being because of that man. Regardless of what he did, you know, filmmakers, writers, they always have an interest in people, and sometimes it's the people that we're not supposed to have an interest in, but that who's to say that? So at the same time going through that experience, obviously Matt Finkel wrote this book, and he's, you know, quoted saying that he has become a better person, he's restarted his life. So I think that maybe keeps him grounded, maybe that is something that he'll always kind of, you know, be attracted to, is just that conversation. And like you hear about the movie, they are the same person. I mean, he literally says we are like the same person. They have a lot in common. There's a huge connection there. So regardless of what these gentlemen did in the past, good or bad, I think there's a connection there that might not be able to be broken.
Okay.
Granted, I have no idea how strong the connection really was. I'm only going.
This is a movie.
Yeah, I'm going on the basis of how their relationship was in the movie, what was said in the movie. But if they are still talking today and that's true, you know, I
don't know why they would make that up.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty confident that's not
yeah,
made up.
I'm pretty sure too. But I mean, you know, to me that makes a little bit of sense.
All right. Well, on the movie front though, I liked everybody. Jonah Hill, I thought he played a great guy that was confused and manipulated and just fooled, I guess. And then Felicity Jones was cool. She was good. And then James Franco, I liked it. What do you think? I mean, I had no problems with any of them.
But how did you feel over it as a whole? I know you didn't say you loved
liked it.
You liked it, but you didn't love it?
You're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
No, this isn't the type of movie where I can love.
Okay. Because of the content?
Because the content's just weird, man.
Okay.
This guy's like killing people or killed his family, put him in a suitcase. I don't know if I can love this movie. Yeah, I just don't think I can love this movie. I mean, yeah, I can't imagine anyone saying that was my favorite. Like, no, I don't know.
People love Silence of the Lambs. People love a lot of these.
Yeah, but Silence, is that a true story?
Well, Silence of the Lambs is based off of one serial killer that's
Lecter?
No, Buffalo Bill was actually based on the same person, Leatherface, and another person I'm forgetting. Norman Bates are all kind of based off of one serial killer named Ed Gein.
The Bates Motel show?
No, Psycho. Norman Bates dressed up like his mother. Buffalo Bill wore people's clothing, like wore skin as clothing, and Leatherface does the same thing. That's off the basis of an Ed Gein a murderer in Wisconsin.
What's wrong with people, man?
I have this fascination with serial killers, so I completely understand. They're very interesting people. I mean, if you're a writer, especially when you're a writer, you like to read about people, and the more interesting you get, the more fascinating it is.
Okay, well, let me retract my statement and say that I don't think this, no matter how good this type of movie was, I don't think I could ever love it just because.
Just the content.
Yeah, the content for me is. I found it. Let me say this though. Watch it because I found it. I liked the movie. It was not fun. It was though. I was never bored this whole time.
Okay.
But I guess I'm scared because this is based on a true story, and there's someone like this. That's scary to me. For me. That's horror. Not like clowns and like aliens and stuff. This is horror. Like for me, this is like horror.
But do you think it'll like rank up on your favorite movies of the year so far? Like what? I'm just trying to get a better gauge.
I don't know.
You don't know? It's still early to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
if I had to say though, probably not.
Yeah. I enjoyed True Story, but
I liked it. Yeah.
I enjoyed True Story, but it was a movie that, as time passed by since I saw it, I kind of found more issues to pick with it, and the more that I realized that this movie peaks really early and then never kind of goes back to that level again. As far as performances though, Jonah Hill, I mean, this is the same guy that, you know, has danced and gotten menstrual blood on his leg. I mean, we've seen him do the most outrageous thing, and I mean, I'm sorry to use such a dirty example, that was the first one that came to mind. You know, we've seen him in these most outrageous, and then to see him in this performance, it's like, wow, this man is really versatile. But more or less, Franco is able to build suspense in a story that some people, I don't want to say most, but some people already know the outcome to. He is so calm, he is so calculated. Every sentence, or every time the man speaks, you can literally hear him clear his throat, take a breath, and speak. And when he speaks, you can literally just kind of see the gears in his head turning. And I mean, that's amazing. And why Franco chooses not to do more performances like this, I will never know, because the man has talent.
You know, he said though, because he's bored. he's bored of acting, so he'll do Young and Restless. He'll do a soap opera, then he'll do a movie, then he'll do a full around movie, and then he'll do. He says he's bored.
Well, I mean, I can understand that, but you know, I guess me being a critic, I want to see everyone. I feel like a teacher. Like I just want to see you reach the full potential. I always want to see you reach the full potential.
Oh, I get that. Seeing full potential in people,
yeah,
I get that.
I hear you. But overall, I just feel like the movie kind of just never kind of. Like when they first meet in that first discussion and you start getting interested in everything, I don't think it ever gets to be that interesting. And as the movie kind of ends, it kind of dwindles with interest. I think that it's kind of thrown around a little bit to have these little twists and turns, but I think even the audience will get somewhat kind of thrown back and confused, like, wait, what does that mean? And I think the movie assumes too much and throws a little bit in there. Like that wink, I know that wink threw a lot of people off. You know, I don't want to really say what it was, but the wink James Franco makes to Jonah Hill.
Yeah, no, well, tell us what was that?
Well,
because I'm actually agreeing with what you're saying. It did like what? Yeah.
Well, the wink is something they talk about earlier. Is when he's talking about writing the book, he
yes.
says, we'll put in a wink,
yes.
which basically means it's an inside joke
yes.
or it's something they've shared. So at this point, we've seen James Franco use 2 of the lessons that he taught him
yes.
in his speech, and then he winks at them. So that's the thing, though, is like, is he winking at him because he wants to just creep the hell out of Jonah Hill and saying, thanks for all your help? Or is it a wink because they're just, you know, he's just a creep like that and he's just winking at him saying, like, did you see how you helped me? That's what I'm saying. Like, the movie kind of throws things at you and you're like, okay, I think I could take it that way. I took it as, I've been playing you the entire time. You know, that's how I took it. It was basically James Franco coming out and saying, gotcha, kind of thing. But at the same time,
what did he get him, though?
Well, I think he had Jonah Hill really convinced that
he was innocent.
He was innocent.
Got it.
You know, and the movie constantly kind of threw you around like that, where it put you in situations you're like, wait, what? And you know, and then the situation with the cops threw me off too. Like to me when he was like the cops asking him for help and then he goes to help late. I mean, it's just all these things that just don't kind of work together for me. One of my biggest problems with the movie is a little bit in disagreement with you, is that you have an Academy Award nominee like Felicity Jones and she has the most flattest, unnecessary character in the world. I get she's supposed to be in a relationship with Jonah Hill, but they don't develop the relationship for us to care about it in the first place. Like when we first see their relationship, it doesn't seem good in the first place. So when we see him go through this obsession, it doesn't seem effective because it never seemed good in the first place. I have no reason to believe their relationship were happy at all.
Were they married?
I don't know. That's the thing. You don't even know what kind of relationship they have.
At the end of the credits, it seemed like in real life they have
married, 3
kids.
Children.
But in the movie,
like you could tell there's a relationship.
Yeah. It didn't even, the way he's like
it could be a sister, it could be
I didn't even know if they were I knew they were together, but I didn't know if they were married or anything.
I mean, and you know, in the movie, there's like no real dialogue between. There's more dialogue between Felicity Jones and James Franco than it is Jonah Hill and her. They have that weird montage when Jonah Hill is putting up more posters on the wall and she's playing piano, and it's just like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, let me understand this relationship before you change it, so I can understand the change. But honestly, like American Sniper, used Chris Kyle's wife, Bradley Cooper's wife, just kind of there to use as a plot device.
Sienna Miller.
Thank you. It's the same thing. Felicity Jones is just there to kind of just drive it home. The only reason why she's there is to have this showdown with James Franco. Well, obviously because she was there in real life too, but in this movie, as a character, mind you, again, I'm judging a movie, not the real story, she is simply there to have this showdown with James Franco and tell him off. That's the one scene she has. And she does great in it, but it's just like, you have someone like that and this is the only scene you use her in? It was real frustrating to me.
A lot of confusion in this.
It was kind of, you know, it was a movie that wanted to kind of be slick and smart, and you're like, all right, I kind of get you, but I'm just not 100% sure. I needed more confirmation. I mean, obviously we understand, at the end of the movie, it tells us that he confessed to the murders, and, you know, that's all clarity, but it's just, it was part of the storytelling that we weren't necessarily on board for the entire time that was a little bit confusing. Good movie, like this, no, it was still a good movie. It was enjoyable,
it was a good
to watch,
movie, and it was enjoyable.
But it could,
and I wasn't bored.
It definitely fell short of what it could have been.
Yeah, I wasn't bored. Yeah.
I wasn't bored either. The movie did flow, but I did start to kind of lose interest as the movie went on.
Okay, chasingcinema.com/
True story.
And then who's writing this?
I am.
All right, so full on, when you read the article, full in-depth ABCs and the XYZs.
We went pretty in depth though today.
So, but at the end of the day, we both say, check it out. I enjoyed it.
I mean, from what I've seen so far this year, it's definitely a movie I'd recommend you checking out.
I mean, you're not gonna see me do flips and stuff. Like, this is it. But it was again a good time in the movies.
It was
another good time.
It was a good time in the movie.
All right, description, Facebook, Facebook and Twitter. Follow this man, and then 7 days from today, we got.
Well, it's not even necessarily 7 days. It is a huge week next week here in Las Vegas. It is CinemaCon. I'm going to be all over Caesar's Palace trying to get the scoop for everybody. Make sure to check out more of this YouTube page because every day I'm uploading videos and constantly going to try to be updating you guys about CinemaCon.
He's actually meeting Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan, Jason Statham, 50 Cent, Paul Feig.
50 Cent?
50 Cent.
Okay.
I have interviews with all these people. I'm hopefully,
That's awesome. That's my boy, Chasing Cinema.
I've had interviews set up before that just changed last minute, but we'll hope everything
And the
goes
Inside
well.
Out crew.
Yeah, we're going to be meeting the creators of Up and Inside Out. We're going to be talking to them and interviewing, hopefully bringing you this video to the YouTube page. So keep an eye out. Next week's going to be crazy busy. I'm actually not even sure if I'm going to be able to get to a screening next week because of how many. Well, I'll be at screenings, just not for movies until they come out way later. But we'll keep you guys posted. So expect a lot of fun stuff next week on the YouTube page.
And if you haven't seen our other review on
Unfriended,
that's already online right now. So check that bad boy out also.
check it out now.
Right now, more for it. And ChasingCinema.com, by the way, is the Film Lovers
Website.